Oh boy. Oh man, it's time. We're here. 2 days out, well basically a day out from Guilty Gear Strive patch 1.4. Oh boy. Oh, I don't even. Hold on. Here we are once again. Make sure I got everything all set up and ready to go as we react to these patch notes. Yes, indeed. Welcome, one and all. It's about 11:18 p.m. It's been about 18 minutes since these patch notes have dropped. I know Leffen, Super Noon are both streaming their reactions right now. I know, gosh, even Zando is doing a live reaction to this, and even IDOM is scoping out the patch notes. So here we are, also scoping out the patch notes ourselves. See what we've got going on. Let's take a look here. It's a doozy. It is a doozy of a set of patch notes. The scroll bar, you can't see it. It's tiny. October 31st, 2024 will be our release of 1.4, adding Queen Dizzy as a playable character, and she'll be a part of the Season 4 pass. Music stuff is in here. New BGM, Sim vs. Kai theme. Get over nightmares. Like that. Shelter from the Rain is not available in gallery mode. Sure. Battle related, fix some minor visual issues, updated battle version, see below for details made. There's a glossary. This is how we know this is going to be massive, because of the whole glossary. Attack level, repeated move usage proration, value applied to blowback when using the same multiple moves in a single combo. This hit Giovanna very hard, very early on. That's going with her 204S. Wall break reduction and situation after off the ground hits. I do like this. This is huge. To at least define some of these terms here that we're going to see. Defense modifier value. Proration value for each character, modifying the opponent's attack power when taking damage. The lower the value, the higher the character's defense. And as you can see, we have the values and gut ratings. Reduction rate increases, the lower health becomes. Reduce the amount of damage taken. The higher this value, the more damage is reduced. Yeah, so Soul at 2, Kai 2, 4 for May, 1 for Axel, 4 for Chipp, Potemkin, 0 for Faust, 2 Millia. Wait. What was it before? Hold on. Okay, never mind. I was making sure that these didn't change. Chipp still has 4 guts, Potemkin 4. That can't be right. Huh. That can't be right. Really? That can't be right. Same guts as Potemkin? Oh, it's increased by 1. Potemkin currently has 3, according to Dust Loop. Will now have 4. Where's Faust at? Same. What? trying to see. Did anything in Guts is 2? So either, interesting. It's the same. What about Slayer? Guts rating 3? Interesting. So maybe some of this might be updated here because Slayer at 1 Guts, Dustlip is at 3 for Slayer. Let's see, A.B.A. Do we see individual changes? Let me take a quick peek here if I see. Okay, so they tell you at the top what they do. All right, cool. Just making sure. So we don't have to go through line by line, like who changed from what, because Slayer got a reduction in Guts. A.B.A. stayed the same. Elphelt might, let's see what Elphelt is. Two? Yeah, same. So some characters got fiddled around in terms of defense modifiers and Guts ratings. Overall changes, overall direction for adjustments here. This is the introduction. This update focuses on adjustments to individual characters rather than universal mechanics, okay? We focus on reevaluating the core concepts and strengths and weaknesses for each character, adding new aspects and ways to play in line with that for all of them. Many characters have received significant changes to their tactics and controls, meaning players will have to go back and practice to relearn some things. However, we hope that this new version of the game will be fun for everyone. We've raised defense across the board and increased damage for specific moves. There are still opportunities to deal huge damage in the right situations, but they are more limited. This change keeps the satisfying heavy damage the game is known for, while increasing the overall number of interactions throughout a match. I think they're kind of getting close to that in this previous patch. I think this is probably just going to solidify it a bit more. We've raised, already read that. About 6p. Oh no. We have established a standard recovery for this move and increased recovery for characters who previously recovered faster, making it more dangerous to whiff. This makes it easier to react in a situation where the opponent whiffs 6p when using it as a preemptive counter poke. Some characters have also received adjustments to the active frames and hurt box. Okay. Okay, all right. So we're trying to make 6p more punishable, so we can't just fish for it in neutral. This is a big list. 27 characters have been listed for changes here. We're gonna start right at the top. Soul Bad Guy. The one I'm hoping to change to. I plan to change to. I saw the adjustments in that trailer. The reaction is not uploaded to YouTube. I failed my duty in uploading that reaction, and you get back to back. I gotta upload it now. That's a good reminder for me. We made major adjustments to his play based on his concept as a character who specializes in close range pressure. His aggressive lunging moves and long range success have been toned down, making mid to far range neutral a weakness for him. In exchange, he has more options once he is on the opponent, such as special moves newly available as cancels from normal moves. Standing K now has a longer startup and a better hitbox. It is no longer the fastest class of strike attacks, but it remains a powerful move at close range. Pain. Not that nerf. Major adjustments have been made to his neutral strings and combos in line with this. The first hit of grounded Bandit Revolver has more recovery, making it less potent and neutral mostly. Bandit Bringer now leaves Soul closer to the opponent on block, making it more punishable. The aerial version can no longer be held, so the lunge always occurs at the same timing. Night Raid Vortex can now be performed as a cancel for normal moves, with changes to the movement speed and hit effect. The drastic decrease to the lunging distance means that Soul will need to reach a certain range before he can approach in low profile. Fafnir can now be performed as a cancel for normal moves, with an additional clean hit property. The hit effect receives a major upgrade on clean hit, adding a wall bounce effect. The faster startup makes it easier to use, but it no longer triggers Guard Crush, meaning Soul will have to give up his turn if it is blocked. Okay, interesting. Heavy Bob Cemetery now costs 100 tension and can be used in combos. It deals more damage, which opens up a game plan to finish off the opponent before they can use their Psych Burst. If you have 100 tension. Decreased defense modifier value, thus decreasing damage taken. 6 PS increased recovery, no longer launches opponents on grounded counter hit. That was a combo route, so that's unfortunate. First hit, decreased knockback, increased startup, expanded frontal hitbox and hurtbox. It'll be interesting to see how much more potent that stand K is. 5K second hit, increased attack level, expanded hitbox and hurtbox, with the exception of the farthest edge of the attack. Okay. 6S has increased recovery, but a blowback adjustment made a slight adjustment to the opponent's falling speed in line with the new clean hit property of Fafnir. Heavy slash, decreased blowback overall. It is more challenging now to convert into a combo when far from the corner. Jump dust, decreased horizontal blowback. It is more challenging now to convert into a combo when far from the corner. Why do they hate my favorite button? Why would they do this to me? So Fafnir is not surviving on this. All right, so Gunflame, decreased damage for the latter half of active frames. Volcanic Viper all versions, expanded upper hitbox for the latter half of active frames, makes it easier to follow up after triggering a wall stick with the opponent at a higher position. The start of the attack can no longer be canceled into overdrives. That's Volcanic Viper slash. Oh, unfortunate. Upon clean hit near the corner, now charges up wall break value to maximum. Interesting. That does change combo routing a little bit. Increased landing recovery when the second hit is not performed on Bandit Revolver. So does it look like we'll be able to do the, what was it, 2K, no, it was counter hit 2S 2D does, or Bandit Revolver 5K pickup? I don't think you could do that. I had to follow through in RC. Corner, the corner combo it changes. Bandit Bringer, all versions, increased damage, increased attack level. Upon landing, soul now decelerates while moving forward. Okay. Blowback adjustment. I might need to do a, because this is going to take a bit. Got to stop it. The smell of the game is going to be a bot for sure. Grounded Bandit Bringer, increased landing recovery, decreased wall break value gain. The value is not the same as the aerial version. Seriously, upon landing. Aerial Bandit Bringer, you can't hold anymore. Decreased landing recovery, decreased knockback. Now remains consistently susceptible to horizontal momentum regardless of the previous direction of movement. The falling speed no longer changes depending upon the height. Increased the upwards movement before the attack startup. Consolidated the movement speed after the attack startup. So probably for like they'll run up Bandit Bringer. Increased damage to Wild Throw. Love it. Night Raid can now be performed after canceling a normal move. Decreased startup for fully charged version, so you can hold it now. Well, you've always been able to hold technically. Yes, you've always been able to hold. There's no technically about that. Increase the speed at the start of the forward movement, making it proceed to decelerate. Adjusted the timing when a held input will be recognized to make it occur later. Decreased damage, increased damage of the fully charged version. Increase attack level of the fully charged version. You decrease the launch height, and the opponent will now tech upon landing. Okay, the opponent will not tech on counter hit when hit by the fully charged version as before, so same. Alright. Fafnir has clean hit property, will now count as a clean hit when hitting the opponent at a set altitude within a certain distance. All right, no Sidewinder, but it's close enough. Decrease startup, increase active frames, increase recovery. Decrease damage, deals increase though on clean hit. Risk is decreased. Level depletion. Decrease combo blowback proration. Decrease combo blowback proration when hitting as the first hit in a combo. Remove guard crush effect, so you don't get to just hit this and keep return. So it remains to be determined how minus that is. Adjusted majorly in line with the additional clean hit property. No longer causes ground bounce with the blowback, now sending the opponent in a straight horizontal line. On clean hit, the blowback is increased and it gains the ground bounce property. Collision adjustment. Adjusted overall in line with the change to normal move cancels. The hitbox of your soul has been expanded below, making it easier to beat out low profile moves. The push box no longer expands more when blocked. Slightly increase the horizontal range and decrease the height of the clean hit range. And adjust behavior on clean hit. Increase forward movement distance on clean hit. Made adjustments to hit stop and damage state. These changes make it easier to visually confirm a clean hit. Decrease damage of the first hit and increase damage of second hit on standard. Collision adjustments. Now expends 100%. That's Heavy Mob Cemetery. Expending 100% tension gauge. Can now be performed after canceling a normal move. Yep, so that's pretty cool. Soul Seed is pretty cool. Some things have been nerfed, so you don't get to bully with Fafnir anymore. Night Raid combo routing is going to be interesting to see. I want to see what the increased wild throw damage is, if that's going to be more of the run-up threat like it is in Exert. I mean, still a threat, right? But just a different type of threat now. Like, obviously Exert was more potent, right? You combo right after wild throw without spending those resources. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Curious about the Volcanic Viper changes. So yeah, 6S is going to be interesting. The increased recovery and the increased recovery on the Bandit Revolver. So we'll see how that plays out. Still seems potent, just maybe he'll be less beefy in damage routing, maybe. Kai. While Kai is a standard type character with generally versatile, powerful moves at his disposal, improvements to his special moves during shock state make him excel more notably in neutral. In exchange, he's lost some of his combo extensions when outside of shock state. Stun Edge now causes extended hit stop during shock state. This makes it easier to approach from mid-range after the opponent blocks. Charge Stun Edge also causes extended hit stop during shock state. If Kai manages to put the opponent into shock state and knock them down, he has access to powerful Okazemi to keep the opponent locked down. Ugh. The blowback from Vapor Thrust Heavy has been adjusted during shock state. When performing a combo during shock state, this move can now be followed up after even at mid-screen. The blowback on hit for Fudre has been adjusted, making it harder to extend combos mid-screen. It is more challenging now for Kai to travel all the way to the corner during a combo. New voice line for Sin. Decreased defense modifier value, thus decreasing damage taken. Yeah, increased recovery on, 6 heavy too. 6H does have increased recovery. Alright. Jump S. Added lower hitbox and hurtbox. So probably a little bit longer on the sword, but also you're able to get caught by the sword. That's what they're looking at, instead of just such a pinpoint hurtbox. What's it look like now? Oh yeah, it's probably like a bit of an increase. It's already a little bit deeper. Maybe that third layer of it will hit. Increased hit stop during shock state and dragon install. Decreased falling speed after ground bounce on Fudre. All right, so all slash versus can't be canceled on overdrive. Interesting. It seems that'll be the case for all DP characters. Increased damage of heavy vapor thrust. Adjusted blowback during shock state to make it easier to follow up. Expanded frontal hitbox downwards. Grounded vapor thrust heavy. Increased number of uses for it triggers repeated move proration, so you can do it a couple times during shock state. Okay. Dyraclat, increased horizontal blowback on counter. We're going to see more vapor thrust combos from Kai. Very fun. Mei. We've reevaluated her traits as a highly mobile power type character. Her main pokes, such as Far S, have a slower startup with hefty moves like 6H, gaining better hitboxes and additional damage to emphasize her identity as a power type. The ability to control the movement of Split with back or forward inputs improves her mobility as well. Together, this makes her shine as a character with powerful strike attacks and excellent mobility in neutral. Alright, so decreased damage taken because decreased defense modifier. 5k is faster, far slash faster, or excuse me, slower. Oh, some nerfs to that, okay. Increased damage from the 5H. Added launch effect on grounded counter hit. 2H has increased damage. 6H, hold, okay, has increased damage. Wow, she got chunky damage increases on heavy, so it aligns with her power more. Split, K during Mr. Dolphin horizontal. Forward to backward animation can now control the movement speed, which I think is fun. Great Yamada has increased damage, so she hurts more.
Can we really?
Axel Low. While he is a character focused on potent long-range pokes, the input for Sickle Flash made it challenging to perform at the right timing. We've changed the input for Sickle Flash, making it easier to use when making quick decisions during combos or in neutral. Interesting. Higher blowback from 6k on hit makes it easier to combo into Sickle Flash, which is fun. We saw that in the trailer, actually, the Season 4 trailer, which I will upload prior to this upload, actually. So, boom, you get a little, taste, which, might be old news, but, it's there. It's there if you saw it. Thank you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that support. Rainwater no longer has a vacuum effect, drawing in the opponent. Good. Good. However, in line with our intention to highlight unique character traits, we just moved to serve as a means to open up distance with the opponent. Also probably pushes back. On hit, combos such as 6p Sickle Flash are possible. Increases the damage on the farthest edge of the attack. So has tipper potential now. Decreases damage taken. Yeah, so now has tipper potential. So that's cool. Sickle Flash, change the input from back hold to forward, so charge to, oh, okay, 2 through 6S instead of charge. Interesting. And can now be canceled into one vision. Soaring Chain Strike is up during Sickle Flash. That's just increased damage. Cool. Winter Cherry is the explosion. Oh, no, that's the... No, I was right. Soaring Chain is up. There's no change to the spin. The Winter Cherry is the explosion. So that one is increased damage as well. Snail has increased damage, okay. Whistling Wind added launch effect on grounded hit. Okay. Forward blowback and increased launch height. Alright, for Rainwater. Bomber has increased damage. Yo, he just got buffed in general in terms of damage. But easier to punish. Sickle Storm, cool. Chipp Xanath. Chipp has new special moves, Tightrope and Tightrope Run. That's going to be something to really explore when the patch comes out, how the high-low mix potential works for this character now. Tightrope is a relatively quick move in which Chipp retreats backwards while setting up a rope. Holding the HS version continues into Tightrope Run. During Tightrope Run, Chipp can perform various normal moves. Similar to Wall Run, you can also enter Tightrope Run out of Alpha Blade diagonal while the rope is set. Damn. During Tightrope Run, different inputs allow Chipp to run either on the top or bottom of the rope. Running on the bottom of the rope makes it easier to force your opponent to block Tightrope Run attack, at the risk of running into the opponent's grounded pokes. Running on top rope allows Chipp to approach while avoiding pokes, but it is challenging to force the opponent to block Tightrope Run attack for this position. Previously, Chipp notably lacked in variation in his options after approaching the opponent. The addition of Tightrope and Tightrope Run expands the potential of his neutral strings, opening up new possibilities. The blowback of Crouch Heavy 2H has been adjusted in line with Tightrope Run. It makes it easier to use in combos when the rope from Tightrope is already set up, but more challenging to use in existing combos with Alpha Blade. Hello, they've increased the startup of 5P? They didn't want the fastest hitters to hit, so slow down Soul. I've not gotten Leo yet. Hexall, welcome in, I've not gotten Leo. And they've increased the startup of 5P. Well, it better not say Blops. I said Guilty Gear and the title was set to Guilty Gear. I said it twice. It's Guilty Gear. The patch just hit 44 minutes ago, and we're about 20 minutes in on reading through them. 6P decreased recoveries, a faster 6P. I think they wanted to, as they said at the top, they're trying to make all the 6Ps align together, I believe. So that's cool. 2H, blowback adjustment here. Hold on.
Some people.
I'm gonna put this. They slowed your jab. It's on Leo's jab. I think they slowed everybody's jab. Or are you talking about Chipp's jab? 6H blowback adjustment, decrease horizontal. Leo, oh buddy, you deserve it. Alpha Blade, grounded, has a blowback adjustment, decrease falling speed and decrease horizontal blowback. Wall Run, fix an issue causing Wall Run to not to activate under certain conditions. Just overall increased damage during Wall Run. Oh, can no longer be repeatedly canceling the Wall Run attack K version. Interesting. Tightrope. Quarterback heavy. During Alpha Blade, you get Tightrope Run. But it looked like you could just jump onto Tightrope? Maybe I misunderstood in the trailer. Sensei Ruga has increased damage, increased minimum guaranteed damage. All right, so he hurts more off of Wall Run, but I believe all of these. Okay, so no, it's just grounded. Because I was thinking that maybe they counted Tightrope moves as Wall Run attack. They do not. They're just grounded attacks. So you do get more damage for Wall Run attacks. Unfortunately, it's not going to add incentive to Tightrope as a byproduct, but we'll see how this works out. We are on Potemkin. And we're on Potemkin's theme. Potemkin is a power type character whose offense revolves around his powerful command grab, Potemkin Buster. However, in order to go for Potemkin Buster, I don't like this. I know, I saw the trailer, I don't like it. I don't like it. He would need to use techniques to extend the movement range of special moves by canceling the startup of 6K, making it an ordeal to perform his most crucial move. These adjustments remove the special sliding input effect from 6K. Oh, so remove the Kara canceler of Pop Buster instead extending the overall range of Pot Buster and adding armor while the grab is active. The inputs for FDB and Heat Knuckle Heavenly Potemkin Buster have been changed, as previously they would sometimes activate unintentionally. Pot Buster 360 input remains unchanged, out of consideration for the additional range and when it is performed while moving forward. There have been major adjustments to his properties overall in line with the above change. That's a whole new game. This is a whole new freaking game. We've reevaluated the role of each of his moves so that the hitboxes and hurtboxes make sense for a big body power type character. Slide Head received improvements to the hit and block effect, greatly increasing the reward when making contact with the opponent. In exchange, it has longer recovery, making it more crucial to aim for a moment when the opponent cannot avoid it. The movement properties for Hammerfall have been adjusted, making it faster initially and then later decelerate. Hammerfall Break and Hammerfall cannot cancel into follow-ups during the startup, but have less recovery. When following up in a Hammerfall Break directly after activation, Potemkin now covers much more distance, making it a strong option for approaching the opponent. FDB now better fills its role as a means to reflect projectiles, with improved properties in neutral. Oh man. It can reflect nearly all projectiles, with the reflected projectile gaining stronger attributes. That's just, that was the flick. In exchange, the strike part of the attack has a weaker hit effect, making it less effective as part of strings and combos. I think I missed it. Shoot. No. Dude, how does this critter get out of my clutches? Brutal Impact has been changed to a projectile move. This makes it no longer subject to the effect of knockback, creating less distance to the opponent, making them block it in the corner. Oh god. In exchange, it no longer triggers the counter hit effect and follows the rules for projectiles overall, with Potemkin remaining in counter hit state until the end of the animation, etc. Okay.
Introducing KFC's new original.
Yes, KFC. The KIFK. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Decreasing damage taken. Chipp got decreased damage taken, right? Yeah. Increased tension gauge gain off of the forward movement. Deserved. Standing guard crush. Shrunk upper hurt box. Crouching guard crush. Huh. If he gets guard crushed, is that what that means? I'm not sure what they mean by that. 5P made major adjustments to hitbox and hurtbox, mainly expanded frontal hitbox and shrunk hurtbox. So 5P can interrupt more. 2P increase startup, slower, increase active frames, increase recovery. Fun. Yeah, okay, I see that. That makes it a little bit better. Decrease active frames to 6P. 5K, increase active frames, increase recovery. Good. 2K, decrease startup, increase recovery. $6K, Woo! Remove special effect when canceling the start of the attack with a special move. Decrease startup and increase recovery. No change to the overall recovery. Increased knockback. No longer decelerates when connecting with the opponent. Adjusted movement behavior so that the momentum remains when canceled after the attack connects. So that was definitely in the trailer. We kind of missed that. I remember the Pop Buster for sure. Close S. Adjusted blowback when hitting a downed opponent. There's slightly less advantage, but it is easier to get damage. Far S. Made major adjustments to hitbox and hurtbox. Mainly shrunk the frontal hurtbox. Okay. Made major adjustments to hitbox and hurtbox. Actually, I need to... Let me open up a notepad here. Mainly frontal hurtbox no longer remains after the active frames. It's off of 2S. Oh, that's interesting. Frontal hurtbox no longer remains after active frames. Okay. So it just disappears once it's not active. Okay. 2H, increased damage, decreased launch height, and increased falling speed. Increased launch height on counter hit though. The opponent will no longer tech upon landing on counter hit. H, increased tumble duration, added wall bounce effect. Oh god. Oh, wall bounce off of that. That'd be fun to see. Increased recovery of JP, expanded upper hitbox and hurtbox of JK. JS, decreased knockback. JH, adjusted wall break direction horizontally. Standardized distance after throwing the corner regardless of opponent character. Pop Buster can, yeah, Pop Buster has armor. I remember that. A single attack from the opponent during active frames. Fwah, like Pop got way scarier. Extended gradually during the active frames. With this adjustment now has two faces for the first and latter halves of the moves. As a result, this extends the total range, no longer shrinks the hurtbox at his feet. Heat Knuckle made the start of the attack less susceptible to momentum. With the shit out of Leo, he's a totally different character. Oh man. Increased damage of Heat Tackle. Yo, Potemkin's a big winner out of this though. Mega Fist. During startup, no longer subject to the effect of knockback from a prior connecting strike attack. Grappler's gonna eat, yo, the 3. Increased horizontal blowback. Increased falling speed after ground bounce. Increased launch height after ground bounce on grounded hit. This makes it easier to follow up after a roaming cancel or on counter hit. And decreased landing recovery. This adjustment is made in line with the change to movement properties. There's no change to the frame advantage after the move is blocked. This is Mega Fist recovery. Oh, 60 frame, -6 on block. Made it so that the lower hurt box no longer shrinks. A little easier to anti-air. This goes live on the 31st. I take that as this will be easier to anti-air, which would be nice. Increased duration during which, oh wait, let's go for the back. Increased landing recovery, decreased frame advantage on block. And that's off the back Mega Fist. So on block, it's +4. -2 on Kara canceled Mega Fist. Back Mega Fist. Okay. So it's also going to be increased recovery here. Okay. Guard Crush on Slide Head is scary. We're spot dodging it out. Like Slide Head, unfortunately, was like one of the weaker moves. Honestly, like not weak, just like easier to navigate around. Hammerfall. Increase recovery, increase speed when the movement begins, making it proceed to decelerate. Increase maximum movement duration. Good lord, Potemkin. The start of the attack can no longer be canceled in a Hammerfall break. Increase duration of input buffer window for Hammerfall break. Hammerfall break has decreased recovery. Increase speed when the movement begins, making it proceed to decelerate. Can now endure a single attack from the opponent while the attack comes out. Hammerfall break has on. Yeah. Wait, Hammerfall break. Oh, okay. It is the stop. I thought it was the stop. I was just like, maybe I'm wrong. Big changes. FDB can now reflect almost all projectiles, with some exceptions such as overdrives. Imagine he could flick a Sacred Edge. Oops. That'd be crazy. Increase active frames, decrease recovery. What? Oh no! FTB, if you flick a stun edge, you still get shock state. This is insane. But he's got a much more potent flick now. So now you can reflect everything. You can reflect projectiles with special effects applied on blocks, such as Stun Edge. But Potemkin will be subject to the effect from the projectile. So that likely means Curse from Happy Chaos can be flicked alongside the Stun Edge. But you still get Curse. Added strike and throw invincibility until the end of recovery when reflecting a projectile. So it seems like with this sentence here, this makes it even better, that if you do get the flick on, say, Happy Chaos Curse, then you have strike invulnerability and throw invulnerability until the recovery. So likely you should be able to block right after you flick the projectile. Small reward for you to flick it back. So yes, it's a unfortunate circumstance to still receive Curse and Stun Edge, or Shock State, but the rewards you get for flicking that are pretty good. Projectiles reflected modified overall properties. The projectile triggers an explosion on contact, hitting twice. Increased launch height, decreasing horizontal blowback. The opponent will no longer tech upon landing. So there you go. Better positioning, expanded hitbox. Garuda. This one is going to be interesting to see. I want to see it in practice. Change the projectile properties. In accordance with this change, the various properties now follow rules for projectiles. The opponent no longer enters a blocking stance before the attack comes out. Now remains a counter hit state until the end of recovery. No longer triggers counter hit effect. So if you want to back away from Garuda, you can back away. No longer triggers counter hit effect, so it's going to be less daunting to deal with, ideally. Decreased tension gauge gain, increased base damage scaling, decreased chip damage. No longer affected by knockback, decreased hit stop, stagger time, guard crush duration. Frame advantage on grounded hit or block remains unchanged. Start of the attack is less susceptible to momentum. Increased falling speed and decreased tumble duration. Don't get caught. Pop Buster, change input for double forward S from double forward S to the usual super input. Gigantor Kai, projectile no longer travels beyond the corner. That seems like it could be worse. That seems like it's gonna be worse. I think that's beneficial for them to like lock someone down in a corner, because it's right in front of you. You can't move.
Shop Etsy for original.
Shut up, Etsy. No one asked you. Oh, I had to play this ad. Wild Assault, change to blue.
Over time, most things fade away. Isn't that right? All of the memories dissolve.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, look at the note, right? It's right there. Read it and weep. Read it and weep. This change makes it the same visually and collision-wise as the initial Wild Assault implementation. You're gonna get your guard crush again. You get your guard crush back. Come on. First off, that does make sense here, considering the toolkit of Potemkin now. Hammerfall has armor. Hammerfall Break has armor. Slidehead has armor. Has always had armor. Adds a guard crush. What was the other one that had armor? It was oh, they changed heat tackle to DP. Missed that. Pop Buster has armor. This dude's a beast. Where we at? We're on Potemkin right now? I didn't mean to scroll to the top here. I want to see who all our winners are so far. Soul kind of, I'm just giving myself a little refresher here. Out of the first few characters here, Soul kind of like a birth. But like Fafnir doesn't have Crush anymore. Doesn't have Guard Crush anymore. Increased revolver recovery, right? Was it Bandit? It was just Bringer? No, yeah. Slight nerf, bro. Every time I nerf him, he gets stronger. It's like, it's a burf. Like, he got buffed, but also he got nerfed a little bit here. Like, his 5K got nerfed. His 6S got nerfed. His standing heavy got nerfed, and even jump dust got nerfed a little bit here. Like, which stand H getting nerfed isn't really that big a deal, but some of the stuff got touched a little bit here, especially his bandit bringers. Wild throw increased damage. Night raid is pretty cool. Clean hit property to Fafnir. Shut up, Lysol. Oh my god, and now Mucinex. You need to buy some Lysol? Get on it, get on it. See? Wow, it knew. Twitch knew the ad for you, not for, or YouTube knew the ad for you, not for me. Kai's combo routing is sick. He can now do increase hit stop during stun edge blocked. Can juggle heavy vapor thrust more without getting damage reduction. What was the other one? It's just the shock state, right? It's just shock state adds improvements. So it's just like he's got more sauce now, right? So once he applies shock state, he's gonna be able to combo a lot better. But when you're not in shock state, you lose some of your extensions. They've increased the recovery of 6H and 6P, but that's a universal change for 6Ps across the board. They're trying to make them all even. A little easier to whip punish. JS is going to receive an adjustment here. What's the point that I made earlier? Some of the attack can no longer be canceled on overdrives. Did they increase the time on shock state? No, they did not do that. Causes hit stun during shock state. Yeah, you get better Okazemi to keep the opponent locked down if you hit them and knock them down. 1 more second of time added. 1 more? You don't need it. So think of it this way. You put people in the charge stun edge, so your heavy versus stun edge, on knockdown. That's your Oki situation, right? They have to block even more because they're in shock state. So even from full screen, you're going to be able to approach much quicker. A little easier, not quicker, but because of that. You can't coast-to-coast carry with Fuji Arc anymore. What's that? May does more damage now. That's but slower startup. And then yeah, just increase damage. Axel has tipper damage now. It's tipper damage. Yeah, it's increased damage, but it's at the farthest edge. So if you are full screen away from Axel, you are going to get hurt more. You close the gap, that reduces the damage a little bit for you. It's just tipper damage. Rainwater vacuum effect. Is reduced, and the I think it just kind of pushes you forward a bit more. Combos such as 6P, 5P and Sickle Flash are not possible. Yeah, but you have like one of the best approaches against Axel though. It's annoying. It is annoying. I totally agree. It's annoying, but you have one of the better approaches to Axel. Okay, we'll see. Chipp. Golly. Tightrope. Increased wall run damage. New move. Can cling with Alpha Blade. I don't know how potent this is gonna be. It doesn't remains to be seen, like the mix potential. And then that leaves us back to Potemkin where we were at. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on our 7th character, Faust. Yeah, it's weird. So the way it works, right, it's like you set it up and you have like you avoid pokes, so you can approach the opponent, but you're anti-airable. So, or like they could challenge. I don't know. It doesn't really say like you could block while tightrope running. So are you punishable out of that? Like there's a lot of assumption here because there's not enough information about the move. They increased the 5P startup, so that's another one. It should have added the ability to shoot it diagonal. That's too much. That's too much. We're going back to Exert with those types of controls. You're out of line. Could you imagine 8-way tightrope though? That would be very interesting. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think that'd be funny. All right, so Faust, back to it. Continuing progress. We've evaluated. There's 20 characters to go on this. I love Exert too. I really love Exert. We've reevaluated the mechanics of several moves so he can make more use of items. In exchange, several of his moves that were oppressive and neutral have been toned down. Hole-in-one can now be performed individually rather than only as a follow-up from pullback. We saw, oh, I should have discerned that from the trailer because yeah, he just swings at the afro on the ground. I didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, yep, now you can golf swing the afro. That seems cool. It can even strike items that have fallen on the ground. So all items. So it would be possible to strike the afro and force it on the opponent. Because we also saw people use baseball bat, tap dust to launch items as well. So that was an option, but it was bouncing items. So that's cool. When using what could this be? To toss a stored item, back or forward inputs can control the position where the item is tossed. Which means Faust can make better use of stored items, including items like the trumpet that were harder to use well when stored, by tossing it to a position closer to himself. Fun. Jump 2K is more recovery on landing, as it is very powerful and highly rewarding on counter hit when performed at a low altitude. This change increases the risk when it whiffs. Mini Faust previously remained on screen for an extended duration, meaning the opponent couldn't move for a long time. Reducing the number of times it could change walking direction shortens the duration it spends on screen. Mini Faust didn't do squat anyways. So whatever. No change to his 6 speed. All right. Interesting. So that's your baseline. The recovery, so that's your baseline. Let's see. What is the recovery on 6P if that's your baseline here? $32 frames recovery. So mind you, let's jump up to the top. We have established a standard recovery for this move. And increase. Oh. Yes, you can, Hacksaw. You can. It doesn't. We'll find out that based on what they say here, without being able to test. Yes, you can smack Mini Faust to the opponent to get the job done. Faust got really fun. All right, so we have established a standard recovery time for this move and increased recovery for characters who previously recovered faster, making it more dangerous to whiff. So with no changes to Faust 6P, we can assume that is the baseline. So 32 frames recovery. Interesting. Back to Faust. Let's see. Dust attack. Added a dedicated hitbox that can strike items. This hitbox can only hit items that are in mid-air and does not hit the opponent. Changed how hitting items works. Previously, this was handled based on distance when striking items, but it is now managed with a hitbox for hitting items and a hurt box for the items. The large hitbox for hitting items makes it easier to strike items than before. Nice. 2K has increased landing recovery. Air throw, decreased horizontal blowback. Yeah, horizontal movement speed of the item toss, as well as control the position where it falls. Applies to all items except Meteor. Increased damage on clean hit of hole-in-one. Hole in One is quarterback H, can now be performed individually rather than only as a follow-up. It has no clean hit property, but can strike items. Just as items, so yeah, Mini Faust can take the hit. Bomb has increased damage, 100 ton weight, increased damage. Now changes to damage, guard crush duration, and blowback when the item is struck with dust, attack, or Hole in One. Yo, that'd be insane because then it hits you and then it activates. That'd be funny. It'd be so funny. Donut can now be attained even while it's in mid-air when the item is struck with dust attack or Hole in One. So don't make any mistakes on what you're swinging at. Banana can now be attained even while it's in midair when the item is struck with dust or attack or Hole in One. So if you are too quick on the draw to swing an item and don't recognize what you toss a benefit to your opponent with those items. This makes Afro, yeah, this is what we saw in the trailer. There are now changes to the damage and blowback when the item is struck with dust attack or Hole in One. Huh? So you draw a meteor, and what is the new benefit of meteor when we strike it with a dust attack or Hole in One? How would you Hole in One? Can you hold it? Because the way I'm thinking of it is that dust is gonna hit the aerial version. So like you toss, go for dust, and the Hole in One hits grounded. So I'm curious how meteors actually works. Decreased number of times changes direction. Mini Faust can now be obtained even while it's in midair after being hit. Hammer changes to the damage. Crumple, blowback when the item is struck with dust or Hole in One. They come horizontal now. What if it's just Mega Meteor? That just comes back?
Get scary savings at Planet Fitness. Join for $1.
Shut up, Planet Fitness. No one asked you. Bring that back. All right, so Millia. Millia's biggest strength as a character is her high degree of freedom mid-jump. The adjustments here were made to further highlight this strength. Some of her moves, which are challenging to deal with and highly rewarding, have been toned down. She can now act sooner during her aerial backdash, so she can quickly cancel into a normal move. When canceled quickly, Millia's trajectory drops directly down. Open a potential for misleading streaks. So you drop fast. You do a fast fall after do a special move out of the sky. Now easier to cancel jump dust into air dash. It also deals more damage, meaning a successful mix-up with jump dust can lead to solid damage. As Capel was highly rewarding on hit, despite being challenging to handle for the opponent, it no longer launches on grounded hit. Oh, so it's like 2-up-4S from Giovanna now. The knockback has been adjusted so that it can combo into jump K. What is her JD? Her JD, it's, I'm trying to remember how to describe it. Yeah, it's the flippy kick. It's a blade. She does the giant sword. See, I knew I was going to be terrible at describing this. It's the it's a flip kick. You know, it's the thing where she does the blade with her leg and she flips. She takes the one kick over. It's like a half moon kick type deal in the sky. Yeah, that one. like Charlie Nash trying to do moonsault. Yeah. Well, and not the one with the spike balls that she does after disc, because that's heavy. That one's easy to describe. The spike ball is jump heavy. Describe to me. Oh God, it's not the JK though. JK is all kick, where she flips. Jump dust is blade kick. Oh no. Just know what the move is, okay? Don't ask me to describe it. I will point it out to you on commentary. I won't describe it well. Oh God. Knockback has been adjusted so it can combo into JK and other moves, making it possible to end the combo with sweep for a knockdown. Okay. So to do Capel, you can follow with JK instead of counter hit, bigger combo. Decrease active frames, increase recovery of 6p, increase damage of close slash and dust, jump dust rather. Increase launch height of JK, that makes sense. Jump heavy, expanded frontal hitbox and hurtbox. Increase damage on Mirage, Iron Savior. No, wait, sorry. Increase duration of Mirage of the window when it can be canceled into special moves. Increase damage of Artemis. Increased knockback of Capel. Cool. Simple. Millia didn't really change all that much outside of. Oh, hold on. I didn't write down any notes for Faust outside of 6p recovers fast. Faust. Not nothing. Millia didn't really get, like, nothing. For Millia, no big counter hit. On Capel, but can route into JK and more. I mean, I feel like they already adjusted her a lot with the Artemis drop. Zato is, I was trying to discern quite a bit from the trailer. I suppose it made to make Zato's normal moves more viable. Yeah. As well as for Eddie to be more easily incorporated in neutral. As a result, this makes it easier to attack in tandem with Eddie. Sun Void allowed for overly extended pressure, so the situation on block has been made less advantageous. What was Sun Void? Sun Void? Oh. It's the recall. Right? There we go. Oh no, Sun Void is the Excalibur. I've been calling it Excalibur all this time. I didn't even know it was his super. I promise I had no idea what the actual name for this move was. Right, sword, I always call it Excalibur. I'm like, boom, Excalibur, that's what it is. Oh my god. Okay. So the situation on block has been made less advantageous. Oppose now drains less Eddie life gauge before the attack comes out, draining more upon attack activation. It still completely drains the Eddie life gauge when fully activated, but Zato can now use it as a shield in neutral and then cancel into another move at low cost, which we saw in the trailer. Yeah, I was trying to figure out like what we could pull for that. I wasn't really well familiar with that. The attack level of Far S has increased, and it can now combo into Invite Hell. Let's go, Alfonso, with the follow. Thank you so very much. That was like poor placement of my alert because it was red on red, and I had to squint through that. But thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Interesting. Damned Fang. I thought it was Frog. I put Frog in there for some reason. The grab refill gauge. Yeah, there was that. Yeah, that's what I for sure saw out of that. I was like, cool, you get a full recharge off command grab. Damned Fang now fully restores Eddie life gauge when the final hit lands. That's the command grab there. Combined with the reduced hit back on standing heavy, combos such as Heavy, Wild Assault, Damned Fang are easy to go for now. That's not what Damned Fang is. It is. Eddie has longer recovery after Sun Void, and that's a lot. Can now be avoided with a jump when used after the opponent blocked Sun Void. Oh, the clap clap. In order to keep the opponent locked down completely. Sword. Sun Void is sword. Excalibur. So you do super, and then Eddie is there, so he can do clap clap. I literally did not know that was called That's a Lot. I called it clap clap. I've literally made all of these names up. I've not seen any of Eddie's move names. Pierce is the only thing I call correct. Pierce and Leap. Those are the only ones I call correct. And oppose. All right, so 3 moves. That's a Lot is clap clap. I know Invite Hell because that's a legacy move. You know what? These other moves are legacy moves, right? Breaking the Law, I know. I didn't know the command grab was Dan Fang. Drunkard Shade, yes. Okay. So, some moves I don't know the names of. Sorry. Clap Clap was That's a Lot. Excalibur was Sun Void. Shark Grab. Shark Pit. Sharknado. I've heard all of it. I just call it the grab. Command grab. In order to keep the opponent locked down completely, the string needs to start from Pierce, making it harder to lead into mix-up strings than before. Ooh, so did they make it better? I don't. By this summary, it doesn't sound like it's better. Like, it sounds like
some people just know
you've given me more opportunity to escape, but also you're making me block, and it's more expensive for me to do so. Oh, no, excuse me. Yeah, That's a Lot can be avoided. So you do, because the setup was Sun Void, clap, clap, but now I can jump. So you can't just throw Sun Void. The first impression, they definitely made Zato worse. Oh, excuse me. Outside of like the oppose draining less life gauge, that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, increased damage on some attacks here. Decreased startup on 6H. Increased damage for Pierce. That's a lot. Leap, oppose. Oh, poor Zato. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this list. Close slash increased. Increased attack level for far slash. Crouching slash is increased active frames, so we saw that a little bit there in the trailer. Standing heavy has decreased knockback. That's all I see out of this. Like, yeah, uses less. He's a menace. But these changes seem extremely drastic. Hey, we'll see, we'll see. I'm just getting to Ram. Lo and behold, Sonic, you're just in here to find out how I feel about Ram. Let me get my note ready for Ram. Here we go. We've reevaluated her mechanics on a large scale to make her excel at fighting from mid-range with her 2 swords. Neto has majorly improved attack properties. What is that? What is that? See, another one. I don't know the name. Oh, sword toss. With the S version now firing a downwards angle from above. Okay, so it's not high, it's a downward angle. For sure, I don't know. I know Daro, and I've been calling, I think, Iralumo Daro forever. I say Daro series, I know I say it. And that's Iralumo. Like, flip, yeah. Windshield wiper is, brother. Okay, all right, hold on. We'll go through the whole moves. Sabrobato. That's her windshield wiper. Aggressa Ordono. That's the J214S. Scissors. That's the scissors. Bajonetto. Sword toss slash. Sword toss heavy. Ondo. Rock. Sildo de Truo. Flippy. Also referred to as Flip by the community. That's what it says on Dustloop. Iralumo. Rekka. Daro. Stop sign. 4 years. I play Giovanna and I don't know her names. Unlike previous, yeah, so we got the. Yep, I don't know her move names. They're in a different language. I get screwed. If it's in a different language, I'm screwed. And I'm pretty sure they're Italian. I think. Hold on. Like, I know her moves, but I don't know the names of them because they're here. Let me see here. I'm throwing it in the Google Translate real quick to see. It's Portuguese. See, Leo is a little bit easier for me because he shares Turbulence with Lancelot. And that's it. If it's a spoiler, I'm not reading it. Let's see. Unlike previous versions, it now serves as an extremely powerful projectile, even from mid-screen. To add weakness in exchange, we added a time duration after firing the sword before it can be collected again. Don't toss it out. Well, because high sword wasn't like... I understand the diagonal input for it now, because it's not like the way it was before, because it's all high, so that's sniping you if you jump out. And you still get the lockdown and corner for it. We've also made adjustments to most of her moves to create more contrast in her power between when she is with or without swords. Her damage with no swords is lower, whereas with swords she now deals around 1.5 times the swordless damage. Okay. Okay. Daro now launches the opponent higher even on grounded hit, making it possible to follow up with a combo. If Ramlethal can combo into Daro after hit confirming a move such as Far Slash, this can lead to significant reward from mid-range. Fair. Sildo de Truo. What was that again? Flip. As it will now functions as an overhead with fast startup. All right, bro. All right, bro. As it will pass over to the other side of the opponent if they are crouching at close range, it becomes crucial to find the right range. All right, bro. Iralumo. Rekka. Previously required techniques using dash cancels to make full use of the move. However, the adjustments made keep it simpler, focused instead on the buffs gained from delayed inputs. Calvados can now only be used when both swords are equipped. Get fucked. What? That's the super. That's the beam shot. That's the beam. Calvados is the beam. Cause I know that one, I kind of know. I didn't know the name of it. I know it's beam, but I know it's not any of her basic moves. And I know it's not Mortal Bato. Because I know Mortal Bato because it reminds me of Portobello mushrooms. So that's how I know that one. Oh, yeah. We'll be looking at those. Don't you worry. I'm not taking these at face value. Calvados can now only be used with both swords equipped with significant extra damage in exchange. While it is more challenging to use, if it connects, it is an extremely potent move. Is it more challenging to use? I mean, well, okay, now, in this state, now. But with significant extra damage in exchange. I wonder what that looks like. Okay, so decreased damage taken, decreased damage of 5p and 2p, all right. 6p has increased recovery and decreased damage. Damage said to be the same as for moves such as Soul's Close S on grounded hit. Opponent is launched temporarily, increasing the advantage on hit. Interesting. So recovery is 32 frames across the board. I wonder if that's what they're doing. What is Ram's 6p recovery right now? It's 18. That's a big assumption for me to make, that they are increased in recovery that much. But they did say at the top that they're trying to standardize it across the board. So increased damage of 5k, 2k, close slash. All right, so they got the normals increased damage. Oh, decreased, excuse me. Decreased normal damage. Sword hitbox, shrinking Ramthal's hitbox and hurt box. Decrease the regular damage, but increase sword, which is fine. 2S, decreased, increased sword. Increase on the
Welcome, Autumn, with
5H. Or 6H, rather, excuse me. That's interesting that she could do that still with swords? With no swords? Sweep, decrease. JS, increase sword damage. Jump H, increase sword active frames. Okay. And increase sword damage. Decrease damage of jump dust. Added guard crush effect to sword attack. Increase time duration until explosion attack triggers. The sword can no longer be picked up again until it begins moving towards Ramlethal. I mean, that's big because you're already getting a benefit for guard crush. But the time until explosion seems odd. I think it's probably just to get folks out of the corner a bit more. Yeah, I mean, they said that in the summary too, which you can't just throw them all willy-nilly. Which means your corner lockdown pressure does get worse. So you're not locking down with sword toss anymore. So they didn't like the fact that she got so much reward for owning the corner. So they want to give you more chances out. Which they did the same for For Axel, a little bit there off of Rainwater. A little bit. Yeah, I mean, but the way you cycle your combos in the corner, you should be able to get wall splat and still have both swords. Like, because the normals haven't changed that much. So she should be able to do Rekka into splat. We'll see. I haven't seen how Rekka got touched up, though. Soul got touched kind of like this, too. Except clean hit heavy volcanic viper guarantees the wall splat, which I think is insane. Soul is... I forgot about that. Heavy volcanic viper. Decreased movement speed of the sword moving towards it. Keep telling you they nerf him, he gets stronger. Well, how much of a benefit you get that? But he wasn't multi-DPing anyways. So normally the soul route was just like, all right, 2K, as long as I get clean hit, I'm going to get the shatter. So you can shorten your DP or shorten your corner combo routing to just get clean hit DP, get a immediate positive bonus. You sacrifice damage doing that route, but you can negate like a burst potentially. Like if your opponent's about to get it, your final hit is clean hit, heavy DP. You get shatter, then you negate that burst option. There's weird ways that you can play around that. Like the multi DP would be like for Kai for sure is trying to go for multi DPs. Now in this new version coming out in October or on Halloween tomorrow. Now since it's 12:49. Increased recovery for slash. Now launches above from an angle. Remove trample effect on grounded hit. Make it launch the opponent. This is going to be fun. That will be fun. You can't be too mad at that. Increased startup. Decreased attack level. Added launch effect on grounded hit. Increased speed as the movement starts. Then increase in the deceleration. Sealed of Detruo. Now hits as an overhead and decreased damage. So they want you to use these a bit more to lock down in the corner. Because Sildo is going to really open up the opponent with overhead. So I think you're getting more opportunities to try to get these shatters without spending swords. Yeah. Yeah, they want people to get out of the corner to fight back a little bit better. I mean, that's very apparent with Zato. Zato's so weird that, like, they don't like you getting bullied. But I don't know if they did any favors to Zato. Sabrobato can now be performed after canceling a normal move. That was, 6H, or the, windshield wipers, okay. Arar Lumo. Shut up by your pizza rolls. Yeah, the swipe. Just time for canceling into follow up when the hit stop ends, decreasing the input buffer window. Yeah, that's just the Rekka series. So you don't have to do the dash cancel to continue, which is very interesting for that. Sword also, yeah. Well, as they said in the note, that they want you to be able to do it without having to go through that dash cancel. So required techniques using dash cancels to make use of the move. They want you to just be able to use it as a Rekka. Focus instead on the buffs gained from delayed inputs. So you delay it. And then they are powered up by delayed inputs. So increased startup. You get, so for example, Irarumo 2, you get additional block stun and launches on ground hit, launches higher on air hit. And then Irarumo 3, ground bounces, soft knockdown on hit. Delayed version bounces much higher for longer with less horizontal launch. That's possible, because what, 5k? Just as decreased damage or 5k? Yeah, it just depends upon what the startup is for the first one.
I'm sorry about that. You thought it through.
Because I don't think they want you to carry. No, that was the Kai thing. We'll see what that timing looks like then. Oh, change the input. So you just hold back and you could just do the simple inputs here. Move dash, cancel property, increase startup, increase damage, decrease attack level. Yeah, maybe. But I think you get way more benefits out of doing this. You add a guard crush effect to the powered up version. So if you're delaying it, you get better rewards for delaying it now. Undo is rock. I think I just released it. I thought I crushed it. Increased sword damage of Aggressa Ordono. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Okay. So simple inputs for. Heard sound like this, but you expect experienced Ram players to be pissed? I don't know. I wouldn't say this is polarizing. I think it just makes sense. You made it easier for Ram players to access Rekka. It does suck that they have to think about their timing a bit more. I think, and again, a lot of characters are probably going to have this happen. But overall, like, you have to be more you can't just toss swords, which they weren't doing that anyways. Outside of like your corner lockdown, like SQ has kind of gone into corner lockdown off that, like 5k, and we'll go for Rekka, but maintaining is harder. Like, yeah, I'd say that's like the risk reward for her now. Oh no. Oops.
Sorry, Grandma, I can't find out how to properly.
Oh no, Grandma. Oh. Can't pick it up till it starts returning. Okay, here we go. Leo Whitefang, here we go, Hacksaw. Leo's main strength should be his powerful offense and his Brynhilder stance. However, he also excelled at neutral before entering the stance. That's true. His justice make it more challenging for Leo to enter his ideal situations with the opponent at point-blank range while he is in Brynhilder stance. In exchange, multiple adjustments to Brynhilder's stance make an even more powerful offense possible once he manages to enter the stance. He now halts right away after a back input mid-dash, making it harder to close the distance while blocking. Okay. I'm not sure I would word it that way. Does that mean he could just block better now? I don't know. Yeah, like it sounds like that's bad. Can he, which stops right away, makes it sound like he got a better dash block. he got a Giovanna dash block, which he already kind of had. Zweit called Gestober now moves more slowly, as a result requiring Leo to be closer to the opponent in order to cross them up. That's his passive, isn't it? Please tell me my old man reactions can do this. What's that called? Zweit's. Yeah, it's the cross through 236H. Yeah, Berserkers. Oh, yeah. After hitting with Eisensturm heavy, that's the fireball, he can still perform Okazemi while crossing over to the other side of the opponent with it. During Brynhilder, his step can now be canceled into attacks. The attack gains momentum after canceling. We saw that. Yeah. We saw that with the back turn slash in the trailer. Turbulence now creates more distance with the opponent on block. We also noted that in the trailer. I got a good eye on that. Nice. Combined with the added invincibility for his backstep during Brynhilder's stance. I'm sorry. Brother, you got invincibility on back turn backstep? You're like, I don't want that? Alright. Daisuke, you heard it. Take it out. Take it out now. No more of that. No more. Take it out. Please. Oh, Eisensturm. Oh no, I was wrong. Eisensturm is not the fireball. Oh, that you're not talking about. Okay. The turbulence now creates more distance if the opponent on block. That's what you're talking about. I see. Alright, start of the attack can no longer be canceled in overdrives. Sweet. Decreased horizontal blowback on the final hit of heavy. Zweitkolt's Gestober. Decreased movement speed. Yep. Leo has a slower pass through heavy barrage. Invincible backstep on stance. Increased push on. Listen here, you ads. Increased push on turbulence. Start of the attack can no longer be canceled into other actions across the board. Oh, the dash can now be canceled to normal and special moves. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. And increased damage. Very short changes here. What do you mean? You were upset? What was the first thing you said? You said they slowed your jab. They didn't touch your jab. What do you mean? They didn't touch your jab. Your 6P they touched, but they're doing that to everybody. Oh, if they showed jab. They showed it. No, you said they slowed my jab. That is what you said right at the... I'm looking at it. I got... You can scroll too. There ain't that many people talking. You screamed, they slowed my jab. Three exclamation points is not a question. You said, have you got to Leo? I said, no. Not yet. And then you said, they slowed my jab. Rest. No, they did not slow your jab. You're safe. They did, however, increase recovery to 6 speed. Yeah, so Leo now halts when back or down back is input during the animation. The way they word that sounded like a nerf. I don't think that's bad. If that's exactly what I think it means, which is even better. Nagoriyuki. Nagoriyuki's potent mix-up has been toned down. Oh, adding more depth to his blood gauge management instead. Yep, saw that. While the blood gauge is high, he wields extremely powerful pokes worthy of his one-shot character type style. Title. Shizuriyuki now knocks the opponent down straight away on grounded hit. Can no longer follow into a combo even when Roman canceled, making it impossible to combo off his powerful overhead attack. Oh, that's his DP. Gotcha. Standing heavy and crouch heavy can no longer be canceled in special moves. They're harder to incorporate. They are hard to incorporate into strings, but they can deal major damage even as single hits when the blood gauge is high. Yeah! Yeah! You don't get to heavy slash in a Beyblade anymore. Yeah! Yeah!
Can you hear it? The pulses of the living. The heroic rhythm is a grand orchestra. It's never the same tone. Who wants to stop this? There can be. When the violent story's over.
This track is all over the place. The blowback for Blood Rage has been adjusted to make it possible to continue in a combo if it hits at a high altitude near the corner. Some of y'all have been doing that. Test your luck. And Hotashi. Zansetsu now deals more guaranteed damage. He can take advantage of these changes to strategically manage the blood gauge and intentionally activate Blood Rage to finish off the opponent. This is quite challenging as he needs to be aware of the opponent's burst gauge as well. But he has the potential to end the match in one fell swoop. Yeah, because you can burst through the whole thing. They made it seem like, oh no, like we're stuck here. No, you can burst right through all the way down. No. No. You can strategically manage your blood gauge. So if you want to make an intentional activation of Blood Rage, you can do that. So in the trailer, what they showed, the most practical thing, is the exact same thing that people do now, where they get near or close to Shatter, activate Blood Rage because they've spent all their specials to get to that state, and then do the final hit for Shatter, spend Super, or just activate Blood Rage, go into Super. Hotashi's done it a couple times. Like, there are calculated Blood Rage activations that players have done, and now they really get rewarded for that. No, it's not a manual activate. No, I get you. It's like intentionally activated is worded that way. I can totally see where you're coming from. 6K adjusted to maintain momentum on cancel. Added crumple effect even on counter hit. Excuse me, sorry. Sand Heavy can no longer be canceled in specials, and neither can 2H. Golly. Increased damage is 6H though, fuck! Blood Rage, cool. Increased launch height of Zarameyuki. Oh, that's clone. Remove ground bounce effect from second hit. You just fall to the ground. Zansetsu. Nagoriyuki's health is now reduced to 1 upon activation. Okay, so it is his super Blood Rage. I was right during the season 4 watch. So he activated the super, and even though he was still going through Blood Rage, it just took whatever health he had left and put him down to 1. It is a high risk, high reward move. It is the one-shot character. That is cool. Yeah. I think that's about it, really. Relax. Anyway, Giovanna. We've made many adjustments to her mobility to ensure she can move around quickly and neutral. Yeah, because the trailer showed like, I'm like, I don't know what the hell y'all changed outside of like 214K had a drift when you had the install, the Chave, the key. Chave means key. Further emphasizing her identity as a character. I'm glad you've recognized she doesn't have an identity. That hurts. On the other hand, some of her overly powerful strings and What do you mean by that? What do you mean overly powerful strings and combos? What? My launchers that go right into shatter like everyone else? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? She's got some powerful strings. Nitro shouldn't have won Evo. I gotta put it out there now. I'll be the first one to say it. God damn it, Nitro. You shouldn't have won Evo. You screwed us all. I can't believe they've done this. All because Nitro won Evo. Why not Jacko? All right, we'll see. Just joking. For her powered up state in which her attack and defense vary corresponding to her remaining tension, she now gains increased movement speed as well. Ooh. She can more easily move in after the opponent whiffs an attack, making her better at whiff punishing. Very nice. I like that. The version of Sepultura, as a cancel from Chave, was not... I'm gonna get that bug, I swear to God. I'm gonna get it one of these days. As a cancel from Chave, key. Yeah, because we never use that. I don't know of anybody that was a Giovanna player that was like, yep, let me use 6K after the dash install. That seems like a sound idea. No one did that. So it now moves forward drastically. So that was the call. Okay, so I did have that solid right there. It also has a better hitbox, allowing it to hit even against opponent's 6P. Yes! Fuck yes! Fuck all of you. Yes! You had this one coming. On hit, it knocks the opponent down, creating opportunity for Okazemi. The version of Travau, that's her flip. As a cancel from Chave, it no longer triggers Guard Crush. No, sorry, Travau is the drill. That sucks. This makes it somewhat more challenging to go for a ground throw after it is blocked. Since Giovanna has the advantage and is close to the opponent on block, it's plus 15. She can extend her pressure with close standing head and slash. Okay. I take back what I said. Yeah, the drill. Spiral arrow. Install. Addition. 6H, decreased landing recovery of the third hit. That makes me more potent on Oki. Decreased knockback on hit of the third hit. Increased movement speed of the third hit. Okay, cool. That actually makes Okazemi a little bit better here.
Those who dream of heaven. Those who dream of heaven never last very long. The running flash and dirty sky infect my wounds. Forgive me, just get me out of this hell.
Increased dash speed with tension. Let's see. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. Increased recovery though from all versions. Increased knockback on block. I think we'll see more 6H Ender now. Yeah, so she'll just be overwhelming bully. Travau powered up, increased movement speed. That's her drill, right? Yeah. So it's going to have increased movement speed, but decreased recovery, remove the guard crush. So it's more potent to just continue pressure. She's all in your face. Go, go, go. Sol Nascente, that's her DP. Decreased horizontal blowback and falling speed when the move is blocked midair. On ground and hit, decreased horizontal blowback and increased falling speed. Okay, interesting. So I don't think we'll be able to juggle into Sol Nascente anymore. Because that was, I think, a lot of the issue for Geo is that she could cycle into her specials back to back. That's why one of the bigger ones, like universally, is just like decreased damage off repeated moves. Or at least they mentioned that. Chave no longer counts as a counter hit when Giovanna is hit with an attack during the animation. Cool. Nice. Anji Mito. Anji is a character who launches his offense while taking on risk. Sure. I haven't even got one. Well, Soul hasn't got one. However, there were many instances where the reward far outweighed the risk. Yeah, this first sentence bothers me about Anji. While reducing the damage he can get from Fujin, we've added new offensive options for him and made it easier to extend his offense.
Hi, this is Lansing City Clerk Chris.
Hello. I will not forget because I've already sent my ballot. Thank you. I like that guy. He emails me when my ballot gets received. It's nice. While reducing the damage he can get from Fujin, we've added new offensive options for him and made it easier to extend his offense. His offense moves at a faster pace, so while it comes with risks, he can better dance around the opponent. Decreased hitback for Nagoriyuki leaves Anji closer to the opponent after they block the attack. It is still a very potent option to make the opponent block it at max range. However, at the wrong space, it can be punished more easily. Hold on. Okay, it's the low. Got it. Rin knocks the opponent straight down. That's the overhead, isn't it? Yep. Can no longer follow into a combo, even when roaming canceled. Let's go. However, the faster starter makes it more effective as a mix-up, but less potent. I'll take the overhead before I take the low any day of the week, depending on how much health they have. On hit or block, it is not possible to cancel charge Fujin into Fujin, Ko, or Sugetsu no Hakobi. That's just the dance. While the change to Rim makes it hard to deal major damage after mix-up, he can now extend his offense. It is also possible to use Charge Fujin again after Charge Fujin. Wait, it's faster, the overhead? Yeah, the overhead's faster, but you don't get a combo. Faster, does a bit more damage, you don't get a combo. The opponent needs to make some sort of action in order to escape. meaning Anji can make a highly rewarding read to counter the opponent's escape option. Nice. Okay. Anji. Rin is overhead is faster, can't be comboed, and does a bit more damage. Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, good luck. I guess it's a timing thing, really. Charge and a charge. Should be easier to punish. Nagiha low with reduced knockback. We'll see about that Nagiha, because what? Nagiha is -7, so you can just challenge it a little bit better. Ino. Ino's unique dash makes it challenging to adjust her position. So we've made adjustments to improve her subpar neutral, which, yeah, we saw that in the trailer with her notes. She has more poke options from long range, making it easier for her to create situations where she can dash in towards the opponent. She can now perform anti-depressant scale again while the first projectile remains on screen. Interesting. The initial projectile will explode as it does on hit and then disappear, dealing a single hit. This can function as a feint when the opponent attempts to avoid the projectile to control. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I thought it was a different anti-depressant scale where she could just do a single, like, one instead of, like, it lingering. Like, I thought they had, like, a different. So that's interesting. Okay, Chemical Love can now... Oops. Chemical Love can now be performed while moving forward with a forward input. This closes more distance on hit, and especially makes it easier to work Chemical Love into combos. You only want to hear she's been nerfed? Oh no. Bro, wait, if you're playing Leo, you shouldn't be afraid of her. You'll be okay. Actually, I'm lying. Like, she could be overwhelming. Aerial Chemical Love is now subject to momentum, meaning it can be used while descending. I hate her. When performed out of an air dash or air backdash, you could throw out a poke while moving horizontally. Okay. Increased active frames of MLA. You have angry PTSD. Oh, that's totally different. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, that's different. Hurt box no longer expands till end of the active frames. Okay. Decrease the charge time for heavy sultry. All right. Goldlewis, we mainly expanded his options using Behemoth Typhoon. You don't say. Please tell me it's on hit only. Please tell me it's on hit only. Please. 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 Security level related mechanics have been adjusted in line with this. Goldlewis can now spend security level to follow up Behemoth Typhoon by using the same direction Behemoth Typhoon again. This opens up even more powerful offensive options for him. Okay. Starting from half circle. Wait, so just following up that one with that one. Same direction as in like the same side. So like I can't do back and then also forward, you mean? The hit effects for each Behemoth Typhoon have been adjusted in line with this change. Skyfish can now be fired repeatedly when held. It expends security level gradually every 3 shots fired. It can be fired until it is empty. The charge rate and depletion timing of security level has been changed, now with a time duration after each instance it is spent, during which it does not change. These changes come together to mean that Goldlewis needs to carefully consider where to use security level based on the situation in the match. Same rotation direction Behemoth Typhoon can now be performed as a follow-up at the cost of security level. Fuck. Adjustments have been made overall to the blowback properties and damage state in line with this change. Fuck. Oh god. So it's as long as you have security, so he can just hit you. Like, you're gonna be guessing a little bit longer if Goldlewis decides to keep pressing. Thunderbird, just the time when the security level depletes to happen later. Okay. Adjusted to fire repeatedly when input is held. Overall properties, such as hit effect and projectile count, have been adjusted in line with this change. So each stalker security level, you can fire Skyfish. Jacko! Oh, really small here. We're almost at the end. We might be able to make it. All right. These adjustments expand her potential to attack with the servants. In response, some of her options that were powerful even without the servants have been toned down. Let me see where we're at here. Jacko. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters to go. We got this. These adjustments expand her potential to attack with the servants. In response, some of her options that were powerful even without the servants have been toned down. Shoot can now be canceled into a dash when kicking a servant. This makes it easier to utilize place servants effectively. This dash cannot be canceled in special moves or overdrives as it comes out. Okay, so you kick, get the dash approach to try to close the gap. You can kick again if it bounces back within range, so you can keep going. But you can't cancel immediately after. Her sweep now has powerful horizontal blowback. It's harder to follow up with attacks such as servant shoot when hitting at max range. It's also more challenging going to combo after counter hit. That's all. All right, happy chaos. Here we go. We've made fine-tune adjustments. Wow. We made fine-tune adjustments to his mix-up and ability to control. We'll go back. What does she do differently? Oh, she doesn't do a lot differently. It's just servant shoot. So she can now kick servants with servant shoot, and after the kick, she can dash cancel once she kicks it. So she can't cancel at a dash, but she can get better positioning after servant kicks. Nothing really big. Horizontal blowback, you can't combo after 2D, or it makes it difficult to combo after 2D, not can. Happy Chaos. We made fine-tuned adjustments to his mix-up and ability to control the situation. Scapegoat has been toned down in order to make the demerit of not being able to block during fire more clear. I wonder what that even means. Jump 2K now launches the opponent on hit.
I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time, though. I never found
Okay, that's what we did, because it was Taco and a jump 2K right after. Very interesting. It can now lead into highly damaging combos upon successful mix-up, as if you needed help with that. Sweep now launches the opponent higher on hit. Can you still cross his clone? We'll see. Oh, hold on, we're getting there. I'm not gonna spoil it, we're getting there. He can now start Okazemi in a more advantageous situation when replenishing resources with reload and focus. Sweep now launches the opponent higher, okay. Scapegoat no longer withstands an attack from the opponent. When Chaos and the Scapegoat are in the same position and the opponent attacks, the attack will hit Chaos as well. So he can't use it as a meat shield. He has to be behind it. He moves back farther during the move, making it more potent when used to create distance and replenish resources. Interesting. Interesting. That's actually a little bit better. Otherwise, that's about it. Fire does have increased damage, and yeah, there we go. Baiken. It's like Chipp's clone? No. It didn't say additional damage. It's just if he is on top of, you know how they used to do clone and Happy Chaos would just sit right on top of it, and if you pressed, well, he could just punch you in the face for pressing right on top of his clone and not get hit. That doesn't happen anymore. So he has to gain space, you have to interact with the clone, and he can either use that moment to buy time for themselves or just punish you for trying to hit. So, that makes that a little bit different. Baiken, her moves are now more versatile overall. She didn't seem like it was bad, like she seemed more potent, so I don't understand why your buddy was like upset about Baiken, so let's see. Far Slash has less hitback, so following attacks are more likely to connect. Combined with the changes to standing heavy and crouching heavy, it's easier to now use Kabari heavy in combos. Kabari Slash has a more powerful vacuum effect, pulling the opponent in close regardless of the distance when it connects. Combos are now more consistent on hit, with a better situation for Baiken when it is blocked. As Hiragi doesn't have throw invincibility like other reversals, we've given its own unique merit. It can now be performed even while blocking the opponent's attacks. I'm sorry? Is that the... Ooh, what a funny little ad. Is that the... Hold on. That is her parry. There's her parry. When performed while blocking, it does not perform the counterattack for the standard successful parry, instead triggering guard crush. So I punch it and I go, oh shoot, that sucks. So we saw that in the trailer. It can also be canceled into a dash when the opponent is put in a guard crush state. Repeal? Baiken can turn the tables in her favor with successful Hiragi when used at just the right point in the opponent's strength. It does seem kind of scary. It does seem kind of potent here. Just increased damage. Yeah, I feel like you kind of got blessed for this one here. Oh boy, Testament. What did Testament get? We've made adjustments to improve Testment's pressure during Stain. Ground and air throw now also trigger the Stain follow-up attack, while damage proration prevents this from leading into major damage. Combos leading into wall break are possible. Okay, nice. 6P had one of the best hitboxes and excelled in controllers in controlling the opponent's movement, so it now has heavier recovery. Now comes with suitable risk on whiff. Okay. Let me see. If the base is 32, let's see where Testament 6P is at. I think we can discern from Faust not receiving any 6P change. It's a 32 frame recovery on 6P. Boom. That's kind of a big deal. That is kind of a big deal. Bridget. Rolling movement has new options to expand Bridget's neutral and string potential. Inputting up or down during rolling movement now changes trajectory in the direction of the input. In line with this, she can no longer jump during rolling movement, making it impossible to jump and then block the opponent's attempted counter. Oh. Okay. So she can go over by Sonic Booms. Well, she always kind of had that jump cancel, right? But now she can make that arc a little bit different. So you might still be able to get the Sonic Boom hit. If it's heavy. The heavy version would probably be more accurate than Slash. For the shared damage adjustments, the increase for Bridget is relatively minor. This helps clearly convey her concept as a character who has a plethora of options but deals lower damage. Yeah, increased guts rating, increased damage. I've not called out like who had increased guts and who didn't. Close slash is blow black adjustment. And heavy. Okay, just to course correct here. Very interesting here. Yeah, DPs can't be canceled in the supers, the slash version rather, or lighter versions.
You have to.
Sin is a character who uses his stamina resource to go on the offensive. But the fast recovery rate meant that it was rarely ever exhausted. His adjustments slow down the stamina recovery rate and extend the cooldown time. It wasn't very often people really used that state though. In exchange, his moves that cost stamina are more powerful. It's simpler for him to get into highly damaging combos, but combined with the changes to far standing slash and crouch slash, he has a harder time when he is low on stamina. Gazelle Step can now be used individually rather than only as a follow-up from special moves. Cool.
And here there is a sentence everywhere. No peace either. Where there is no beginning and no end.
It's an exceptionally powerful tool to close the distance from far slash. However, the increased recovery means that Sin needs to surprise the opponent with it or risk getting countered. The follow-ups from his special moves have been adjusted to have powerful hit and block effects. Excluding combos starting with Hawk Baker, you now spend 2 bars of stamina to extend combos even from mid-screen. Alright. Increased cooldown time. Standardized recovery speed regardless of current stamina. Increased recovery. So follow-up, heavy slash during beak driver. Added guard crush. This track right here, this part is actually pretty good. I dig this part of the song. Hawk Baker, the start of the attack can no longer be canceled with supers. Yep. Hoof Stomp follow-up. Slash during Hoof Stomp. Increase recovery. Elk Hunt follow-up.
One after the other, over and over again. I was a new pendulum.
Oh, Ride the Lightning expends stamina when performed as a cancel out of startup of his follows.
Copy that.
That's interesting. So, for example, his Elk Hunt follow-up. So if he does... Let's see. Now expends stamina when performed as a cancel out of the startup of his follow-ups. So if he does the K, which is the punch, right? So you got the Elk Hunt low into the punch follow-up. If he cancels Ride the Lightning before, during the startup with that, then he spends a bar of stamina on that. So does that mean 2 expenditure of stamina? Do they... I think that's what that final line means. Yeah, Sin's a really good pick. Not bad at all.
If you can give someone something.
Bedman. We're on the Bedman song. We may as well look at Bedman. We're like speed running through some of these here. Not much farther now. As certain strings are extremely good at keeping the opponent locked down, as well as difficult to escape from, we've made adjustments to its lockdown potential. In exchange, Bedman has new options available in neutral. Guard Crush duration after charge and fully charged, 4B9. Yeah, hold on. Running into him every now and again is kind of a nightmare for me, like, because it's a lot of visual noise. It makes it kind of tricky for me to deal with here. Malfunction has been Guard Crush duration after charge and fully charged call has been decreased. The same applies to the attack trigger by error 6E.
Introducing our most advanced.
Introducing nothing. How do you get to... What is that, a cold salad you just made out of that NutriBullet? I blended my salad into applesauce. This woman just made an entire meal from NutriBullet. What do you mean? Like, there was no stove. Nothing was turned on. She just was like, she looked around and said, look at all the leftovers I got here in terms of vegetable scraps. Put it in a NutriBullet, blend that shit now, and just drank that. But didn't drink it, put it in a bowl. It was like, here, family and friends, eat. Dorothy, just say you don't know how to cook. Just say you don't know how to cook. We can order pizza. Ninja Countertop Grill is gorgeous. I haven't seen that. Tangent. Okay, now wait a minute. Like, the flat top one? What's a pizza? The smokeless indoor grill? All right, now wait a minute. Wait, this is... That's a George Foreman. Oh, the 5-in-1 electric grill? This thing's only $150. Let me make sure I can't dox myself on here. No, I'm not even gonna show it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not showing that. I'm just gonna look at it over here. Hold on. It's got a grill crate, hinged grill hood, splatter shield, 6-quart cooking pot, 5-in-1. It's got a 4-quart crisper basket, air crisp, roast, bake, and dehydrate. Keeps the heating element clean and prevents... Wait, what is... How does it... What's going on? So the heating element is on the top. You can put French fries in this thing. How are you frying? No, you're air frying. This is what you're doing. Don't you fucking lie to me. It does seem really convenient. It all goes right in the dishwasher. Bro, we got a problem. We got a problem. We're doing... This is... I think this is incorrect. We gotta stop talking about this. I'm gonna get so sidetracked. I'm gonna get so sidetracked by an appliance here. Get back to Bedman. I was about to go down the rabbit hole. We're trying to finish this video here is what we're trying to do. Finish these notes. Anyways, 6E. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's 4B9, but the 6E version. To furniture. This makes it more challenging to continually force the opponent to block. Yeah, they just don't want people to be bullied for extended periods of time in this game right now. Like, defense is substantially like better across the board, or like you have more opportunities to take turns now. However, the projectile generated by Error 6E now homes in on the opponent's horizontal position to an extent. This can function as a poke when returning to neutral after the opponent blocks call 4B9 mid-screen. That's all off of 4B9 projectile, so it kind of homes it, not just like all of the 6E. 13C has less recovery, making it more viable as it can be used more in strings and combos. Which was that? 13C? Oh, that's super. True. Just increased damage on these. No one understands how this character works. Except for maybe GC Yoshi. We'll get there. I think that's kind of helpful. It makes it more useful to use 4B9. So we'll see. Asuka. It's just Asuka. Oh my god. We still have so many characters. Some of Asuka's spells have been toned down to make it less common for him to be able to continually fire spells for an extended period of time. They do not want you to block for a long time. On the other hand, infrequently utilized spells have been improved to open up various strategies for him. The Bit Shift Metron spell that started from level 5 has been removed for the test case. So all versions of the spell now start from level 1. I think that's the wave shenanigan. This makes it harder to make time to restore mana. However, it now takes less time to increase in level, so the 1 version is more powerful than before. The effect duration of recover mana continuous is shorter now. Oh boy, and we're about to get there too. And mana no longer recovers when Asuka is blocking or taking damage. Oh! It needs to be used with caution, as if Asuka ends up giving up his turn after using it, the duration could end without receiving any benefit. Recover mana instant no longer discards the spells in current slots. Bookmark random import now bookmark spells in currently empty slots as well. Both these moves are more viable without such clear demerit. Asuka can now change test cases. Yeah, that was a big one. Can change test case with bookmark full. That was a big one in the trailer. You could search for spells while swapping test cases, making it easier to put together highly synergetic spell combinations. Okay, that clears that up a little bit, because I was wondering that in the trailer, because it seemed like switching a test case also switched out like your entire hand. So no, it carried over. I missed that in the trailer. Yeah, it's basically scrying. I swear to God, he said White Claw, White Claw. Increase interval between hits. Sphere, bookmark full order. Increase mana recovery rate. I still think Asuka will be pretty potent. Johnny. Due to the major adjustments made in previous July balance update, Johnny has not received many changes. Mistfinder can now negate projectiles. That's fine. Huh? What are you talking about? No. Okay. He's not? Stop with the scrolling. Look at his backstory. Oh boy. All right. Okay, because nuclear May is 22 as of exert. I don't need to wear. No, I'm not reading it right now. Stop distracting me. Yeah. So Mistfinder negates projectiles. Pretty short change for Johnny. Elphelt. We'll cover these topics later. While Elphelt is still an approachable character with simpler traits, this adjustment focuses on increasing her offense options. Here I Go can now be canceled to a dash when the attack connects. That's the 214K, I think. Wait. Here I Go? I said Here I Come, I think. No, Here I Go is her 214S. During... Okay. Or S during Chain Lollipop. Okay. God, these ads between every song. No, that's a little flippy thing. Into a dash when the attack connects. Makes it versatile, useful in combo strings and other situations. Interesting. Nailed it. Now as wall bounce. Oh yeah, that's heavy during Chain Lollipop. Leading to more options for Okizeme in the corner. The shotgun is a little bit better. That's good. That's good. That goes back to like her Exert shotgun a bit. Bombardier. That's the super. Which this was never used, like ever. But now, Bombardier, which was utilized infrequently, has had major changes to its properties. Can now be used in combos with certain moves, such as standing heavy and Bomb Chocolat, setting off the bomb rather than only via time duration. The bomb no longer disappears after wall break, making situations where Elphelt triggers wall break after Bombardier incredibly advantageous. Decrease horizontal blowback off the Bomb Chocolat. Or Pine Berry. Can be dash canceled on contact with the opponent. Can you hit her? It goes away. I don't think that was the thing. I don't think that was a thing. You hit her and it goes away. Like, you gotta hold that. Yeah, I don't see that anywhere at all. Change to a strike attack, no longer a throw. Made adjustments overall to the hit effect. Small adjustments for Elphelt there. Change to Red Wild Assault though. Interesting. I think only 2 characters have Wild Assault changes. She was, I think she was blue, yeah? Pretty sure it was blue. Let's see, here we go. Yeah, it was blue. So no more Gar Crush, just red, combo extension. A.B.A. These adjustments add greater contrast in her kit by maintaining her explosive power during Jealous Rage and toning down her standard state. Oh my god, I'm dropping frames out of nowhere. I can't. Oof. I can't wait to get rid of this internet service. I can't wait. It's coming soon. It's coming so soon. Standard stage now halts right away after a back input mid dash, making it hard to close distance while blocking. White Wild Assault said, no, you can't. Intertwine and Tilt has more recovery, with changes made to blowback on counter hit. That is Intertwine and Tilt is a Stompy, yeah. A.B.A is more likely to lose her turn when it is blocked and less likely to get a combo on counter hit. Jealous Rage, the blowback for Judgment and Sentiment has been adjusted, making it possible to follow up on grounded counter hit. It now offers greater reward on counter hit as it is slow to fully come out and costs a large amount of Jealous Rage. Because you have a lot already. Increased recovery of 6p, of course. Judgment Sentiment has increased damage second hit. That's dog's eye. Minute for health because slowly so she just doesn't die. No. They just decrease the damage taken. Everyone's got decreased damage taken because of decreased defense modifier value. That's 214S, right? No, 236K. Outside her range. Okay. Reduce the launch height. Not very massive changes. Slayer, some of his moves that were... Oh, this is it. We're at the last character, everybody. Last one. Some of his moves that were highly rewarding yet easy to connect with have been toned down. As he had high defense relative to his explosive power, we've decreased his guts rating, which effectively decreases his health. In exchange, his moves that were challenging to use properly have become more versatile. Increased recovery of Mappa Punch version. This makes it easier for Slayer to lose his turn when the opponent blocks it, and he ends up at close range. Super Mappa Hunch no longer has invincibility on startup, instead gaining invincibility partway through the move. Really? Really? But doesn't that... But it screen freezes. Oh, it removes the opportunity to use it as an invincible reversal, but works well as a counter poke against opponents from long range. Okay. Now moves faster at the start of his backdash. The latter half now moves more slowly. The total distance traveled remains unchanged, but it is easier to avoid attacks from the opponent when canceling Hand of Doom. That makes sense. Okay. All right, so increased movement speed. Interesting. I think it'll still be a handful to deal with. 6K, decreased recovery of charge version. Oh, shoot. Far slash. On aerial hit, the first hit blowback sends the opponent below. On aerial hit, the first hit now has a ground bounce effect. Okay, so it brings you down, basically. Got it. 2H, increase recovery, increase active frames. Pile bunker got increased damage though. Snuck that one in there. And that'll do. That is everybody. Okay. So taking a quick gander. Let's see. Out of all these notes that I got so far, it would appear that 6P recovery base is now 32 frames. They seem to want more opportunities to escape bad situations. I'll just say corner bullying. That's Zato, Ram. Who else had that? Nago, etc. Winners we're looking at here. Soul got birthed a little bit here. So yeah, he can cancel some specials. Yeah, the nerf to 6P, I think it was just to make it more stable because some characters had a better 6P than others. And the big call out is, for example, Testament was their immediate call out. Like, Testament 6P was amazing. We gotta cut that. And they made it just even it. That is the standard. 6P gets a lot of mileage across the cast. And there's a lot of things you can interrupt. I agree with you though, like 6P seemed like a very nice thing. It's like Giovanna, for example, her 6P is kind of like her anti-air thing. Because yeah, she can do the 623S, her DP, but it's not a DP because she can be hit out of it. It's not an invulnerable DP. She doesn't have that. So it was another tool. Like, it kind of loses out to a bit. But yeah, no, I feel you. Kai got Sauce. Increased blocked hit stop from shock state. Can juggle heavy vapor thrust. Mei does more damage. Simple. Axel has increased tipper damage. Easier to combo with Rensen. Chipp, increased wall run damage. But does tightrope count as wall run? And it doesn't seem that way. Pot was a big winner. Armor on a lot. And also easier to anti-air Mega Fist now, maybe. But also he's got armor on Pot Busters, Slide, just a bunch of stuff. Faust can now use hole-in-one outside of his pole. So he's going to be able to get items sent off into opponents in Oblivion. Wow. How do you have the cheese plate like that? That's crazy. Let's see here. Millia got some small changes, nothing too huge. No big counter hit on Capel. Easier to route with that. Zato, I think they make Zato worse. Maybe. It's very early, but by paper, it just seems like you're not going to be stuck in the corner. Ram, same thing here. Simple inputs for Rekka. I hope that's just me completely misunderstanding. Like, maybe they find something. This could be like a Fairy situation where, remember I said Fairy is like the big loser of this one. And, like, she turned out to be actually fine. Like, her potency was there. Leo Whitefang. Leo. Sword pass through on the heavy barrage. Invincible on backstep for Brynhilder. And dash can be canceled in normal or special moves. So he's more threatening in neutral. can add immediate Zato dashing when holding back, just like A.B.A can. And I don't think that's necessarily a nerf. I think that if that means what I think it does, it's better. Nago's Heavy Slash can no longer be special canceled. DP knocks you down right away. Geo, 214K advances further. Nothing too substantial. She's just going to be much more of a bully than what she was before. Anji, Rin overhead is faster but can't be comboed anymore. So he's going to try to condition you more with overhead, thinking, all right, enough's enough to catch you with the Nagiha, which is now reduced knockback. So it should be easier to challenge Nagiha. I wrote punish, but I think more so challenge. Ino can cancel note by setting up another one to control neutral a bit better. So she's not just free full screen. It makes her very difficult to close the gap because a character like Happy Chaos or other, like she's still gonna have that problem. But this tool is also helpful for other characters. Goldlewis canceling the same direction Behemoth Typhoon, but at the cost of security. Can hold Skyfish to fire all 3 security slots. That's pretty interesting. I think he's much more threatening now. Oh, did we mention that Pot lost his White Wild Assault? I didn't write that down. I don't think I wrote that down. That's what it was, right? Pot lost White Wild Assault. He's got blue now. Yep. Jacko can now dash cancel a kicking servant, very small. Happy Chaos can be hit on top of his clone and J2K launches. Baiken parry can now be done during block. Cool. Throw has staying follow-up for Testament now. Bridget rolling has new trajectory. Sin, Gazelle Step can now be used solo. Does that cost something actually? I want to double check that. Does. It expends stamina when performed individually. Okay. Yeah, it does.
Some people just know they could save hundreds.
2 and 1. Boop. Bedman got 4B9 buffs. Asuka can change test case with bookmark full. If you know what 4B9 buffs are, more power to you. If you know what 4B9 is. Recover mana continuous. Doesn't recover mana while blocking. So you can be aggressive against Asuka. He doesn't recover for free. He does get rewarded for letting the opponent in. Misfire negates projectiles now for Johnny. Elphelt. Bomb Super is now strike, not throw. Comboable with certain moves. It can explode with Chocolat. Doesn't go away after shatter. A.B.A has more recovery on 236K Stomp. That's intertwined and tilt. Reduce launch height, making it harder to combo. And Slayer, Wake Up Super, no longer invulnerable. Map a punch has increased recovery, reduced knockback, loses turn. Pile Bunker, increased damage. That is the summary of 1.4 patch. I gotta say, the big dubs out of this one here. Already, the biggest dub is Pot. Huge. Beyond that, I think it's pretty even across the board. I think Soul is going to be terrifying. Kai is going to be terrifying. Sin, we'll see. Sin looks like that could be an issue. Chipp, I'm worried. Faust is now more fun. Poor Zato. I hope I'm so wrong about that. Ram also got nerfed slightly. It's not like a big nerf, but it's like it is different. Same with Nago. So, like, this is the patch of like you don't get to be a bully anymore. If you were a bully in the previous seasons, you don't get to be a bully anymore. Like, that is ultimately what happened. So Zato is still paying for crimes that he committed in another game. That's crazy. Oh, and Goldlewis gets to get a little more pricey with security gauge. Yeah, my big three are definitely Soul, Kai, and Pot. Everyone else so, like, especially new characters. They didn't really touch the new characters all that much. I think Sin got more. Sin's, I wonder if it's a popularity thing. Like, they need Sin at the forefront because anime. When the anime is coming out, I need people to recognize these characters good, so maybe that's what they have. I think Testament's in a great spot. They didn't need to change them too much. The 6P change across the board is interesting. Yeah. Cool. I thought this would be a two-parter stream, and it's not. We got this done in one go. So who are your biggest dubs in this patch notes? If you're watching on YouTube VOD, let me know in the comments below. But those are my big wins for sure. It'll be a fun season. It's going to be very... You don't get to be a bully anymore. It's so fascinating. That's the thing for Sin, though. Like, it did depend upon his stamina management, but in the current state, he just doesn't really use meter like that. Like, he can, but it's so... He's got this eat mechanic that we don't use because we don't often enough need to use it. And I think this is going to try to help it because now we're trying to reduce the recovery rate. That is another feature that we neglect to mention. Stamina has an increased cooldown time. So it has got a standardized recovery speed regardless of current stamina. I don't know if his snacks still give you different benefits because I know his snacks have different benefits and I don't think any of us remember what those are anymore because no one uses them. So, yeah, who knows? This tightrope thing is going to be crazy from Chipp, so that'll be fun. But that has been a glorious read. Thank you so much for hanging out with me during this patch note read. I thought this was going to be a two-parter. I swear to God, but we got this. We nailed it. We're ready for the 31st. I got to put this video out as soon as possible. I got to get my other reaction videos done. But that will do for me tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out during the stream. I greatly appreciate it. Offense, defense, speed, health, regain, meter gain. Yeah. Like, those are the things we said we would never learn, and we just... I don't think we committed it to memory because we don't see it enough. I know there's somebody out there that knows without looking it up. There's gotta be. I have to assume there is. Yeah, no way. All right. Well, thank you again. It's a late night. We'll get back at it. Tomorrow is it Thursday or is it Wednesday? What day is it? It's Wednesday? Oh, thank God. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow's another free day. I should play some fighting games. I got Knockoff. I should play that and share why you should support Knockoff. I think that's a big deal. It's a indie fighting game from Dominican Republic. It's a spectacular experience to check out. The toy game. Yes, the toy fighter. It's got some nasty setups in that game. If you like Marvel, if you like some messed up stuff, definitely check it out. Kind of. It's fun. It's fun. In fact, I should give a link. Hold on. Let me find Knockoff. Knockoff, the battle for imagination by Mecha Ghidorah. They need your help. You mean small soldiers? Small soldiers, not toy soldiers. Toy soldiers is the I think of Babes in Toyland when I think of toy soldiers. But yeah. But that will do for me tonight. Thank you again, everybody. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy. In later days.